This is Gerald Huervamas. I almost quit learning more about Japanese because in a way it was there were so many separate words hanging together that I'm confused when the words are too long and I can't learn them very well. So I almost gave it up of trying to learn the language, but then I realized that there are several words repeated that makes it hang together, that makes it hang together better, so that you can immediately pop out. Oh yeah, here's the subject. Oh, here's the verb. So there are a few letter combinations that are especially meant to guide you into the language and says, okay, but just know that we are talking here about this thing, we're talking about that thing. There are a few short words that are very helpful, and one of these are wa or wa. And because in the last video I already had wa explained a bit better in the Chinese script, let's have the or wa. Let's have the explanation of the Japanese wa and wa, because they are the sounds that balance the things out a little bit, so that you know, okay, what kind of orientation do we need here at the moment of wa or at the moment of wa. You can explain these references from the letter positions as well. I have a whole scheme which has all the letters in balance with each other in a 3x3 organization in space, in a 3x3 structure in time, and in a 3x3 structure that says what is dependent in time and space. So let's go and look what the positions really mean. And we start with the balance of the whole system, actually. The balance of the whole system and the place of w, of the letter w. The whole system starts with the letter A. Almost every script starts with the letter A. A is the starting point, the middle point focus, where it's like in the Western language, it gives you the go that you start to interpret, you start to follow things up, and according to your ability to interpret, you will do that process well or not well, but you will learn anyhow. The other process, which is on the other end, the yin and yang, is the process where it will give you feedback how well you listen, how the more letters also of the second category are there, the more feedback there is, the more you have a yin and yang balance. The letter E I use there, that says, okay, here I have to here you can insert it, here you have the right conditions, this is correct, A is what I think is correct, and the balance of what is correct and what is what seems to be correct with the letter E, it seems to be correct, is that balance between these two energies, actually, that are also in every conversation, in every understanding. You have first figuring it out, and if it's the same thing that you get back, the E and the A will fit at the right place, then you have the right conditions of where things should be. And in the middle of all the letters, the middle letter is the letter E, which is about timing. So you say, okay, here it is timed, you have the right timing, and you can find the timing. So it is balancing out. You have to time the things. You have to see, okay, to balance the thing out, you need this aspect of time, of change, and of adapting towards what is then what is correct or not correct. It balances things out. The letter W is on that same level of balancing out. After the E, you have two options. You have the letter W and the letter Z. The letter W actually says what I am following, what I am doing, all both with letter W, can proceed a little better, and I don't get the negative feedback. So the W will still linger on actually a little bit, so it can continue to do so. So it is actually a little bit the vision of what I am doing, what I am following up, what I am what my proceedings do, and my how much I also understand everything is be will be part of how well you will be able to proceed. This proceeding is actually what wa will do, but also what wo will do. O is the time process itself. You will activate a time process. Just before the O, it says, okay, this is my goal. I go for it. I will have that goal and I will proceed. It's the last letter before that balancing out that says, I will continue. So wo is actually the combination of w and o can be interpreted well as being able to follow it up further. It's your conditions. In o and in w, it says, okay, it still can continue a little bit more. So when you can still continue with your conditions is of course an idea. I'm able to follow it up further. That's why also wo, the Chinese thing, is used for I, in a sense as, yes, I am able to follow it up further. The particle of wo in Japanese is, I read it here, it marks the object of the verb, that is the person of the thing that the action is done to. For instance, if you say Pete eats sushi, you will say Pete wa sushi wo. So you follow it up actually. That's so also here it's you you also who follows it up further. What you do also. Again, you see the position of the w. So the oh, there is that process which precedes actually the activity in the time process. So it precedes, it is that decision also that says, okay, I'm going to follow this up. The a focus as wa. A is the starting point of the process. It is the person itself. It's this what is following it up. This I will follow it up. So it is also it can be used for two things. It can be, the wa can be used in two parts or in two things. It can be used as the person or the subject which says I will follow it up, as in the whole system. If you're not just like, okay, that's my engagement in the system. If you talk about the system itself, wa as a description of a general description, what is wa in general? It is that so then I have to go back to the w. W is that stimulation which still lingers on, and a says I can linger on, and it is, and it can still lead to linger on. It has a leading force. The force to go forward can continue in wa. Dus when you have that in a full system, in the context of a full system, and you can say, okay, when the energy, the starting energy can continue on until the end, I would even say, even with feedback and all, it can only do that when it also is harmonious with its feedback. So even with all the things that are breaking against the making difficult for you for as a transformation process to grow from underneath towards everything, like the tree, as you can see it. So even with the contradictions and so on, you will be able to use this as a starting point as wa, while wa can even be an ending point at a certain bit, at the ending, the end result, and so on. If it really lingers on as wa, it is an harmonious thing. It's not contradictory. It will not show contradictions. It's just a description of reality, actually, in its most positive sense, and that's the other way, the other meaning of wa. I hope this was made it for you a bit more clear what the wa and wa positions are, how you can understand them. If you hear wa, you see, okay, I'm still linger on a little bit. If you see oh, okay, I'll go for, I am timing my process here a little bit with the I say, okay, this is what I do. This is the process itself. It's all what's going on, actually. I hope these made it a bit more clear. If not, okay, then my educational level was not good enough and I have to redo it. Just tell me, also in comments, be free to do so. If it's not good, I will redo that. Okay, thanks again, bye.